SD Kid has a following of 21 million monthly listeners and has just signed a deal with 30 million. And with the rise of influential underground rappers such as Lancey, Fimi, Len, Fake Mink, and also SD Kid, there'll be a change in fashion as well. You see, everyone in the UK is usually wearing tech fleeces or tracksuits, but now fashion's really evolved. And obviously, it's enhanced and, it's grown with the demographic as well. But you see, we're in this phase of, baggy jeans and, let's just wear, crop t-shirts. But obviously with this, underground dark aesthetic, people will probably switch and, start wearing, chains, chrome hearts, latex jeans and, what these underground people are wearing. But we're even seeing a change in the fashion scene where Supreme's brought in Fake Mink, so co-signed them for the True Religion and Supreme collab wearing, the puffer and jacket and leather, jeans as they're known for. With Supreme with over 10 million Instagram followers, you can see the sway that the underground UK have around the fashion scene. So you can see that, most people will buy into Fake Mink because he's wearing that top. And you can see Supreme and other benefactors can collab with these underground rappers as well. But we might see a different rise, maybe a collaboration with LV on the runway, as we've seen before with past artists as well. So I feel like as the space grows, as the leading forefronts grow in the underground scene, that everything else will grow in the fashion scene as well. We've also seen Jim Legacy collab with Dave on their album as well. So both each ways showing just like the respects that they have for each other. But obviously Jim Legacy is also a leading forefront, I would say as well. With most of his fits comprising of that, MCM, red bag that he's always wearing. Also those football shoes. So he's really, collaborating with that old football aesthetic into, that new fashion wave or underground wave that he's trying to implement as well. And the most general theme that I'm seeing in underground fashion is obviously Fimi and YT, Lancey and SD Kid. What they're going around is more of the dark aesthetic. So maybe, getting influenced by Travis Scott and all these other artists that have done it in America before with the underground kind of scene like Yeats. But yeah, more of the latex baggy jeans and also more of the chains and more of the grills and the dark vibe. And then obviously with the rise of underground UK fashion, you'll get underground UK brands that want to associate with the fashion as well, just like Osbert, the creator's self said. So basically in university he was studying biology and saw skeletons and then utilize these skeletons on his pieces to build this underground aesthetic. But also you can see with music videos, Osbert is quite a big theme as well. With a song dropping with Fimi, Lancey and Len named after Osbert, the clothing brand, is pretty massive because that song changed the whole underground scene, as you see from today, because they dropped an album, they toured around the UK and then they sold out every single show. And what I predict in the future that what is going to happen is someone will collab with a shoe, more likely Fake Mink or SD Kid, because they're bigger names now, bigger than Lancey now. I think they're going to drop a shoe with Nike, as you can see with Travis as well. And I think obviously with the rise of Cortez and all these brands collabing with Nike, I think it's a very strong possibility that underground UK can do it. We've also seen Central C drop, a couple pieces with their tech fleece and, the Air Forces and, Air Max 95s that are getting released sooner or later this year. And I still wouldn't be surprised if they made their own clothing brands just to, get an extra revenue or extra income source. Because you've seen, rappers like Central C creating Sinner as well, and you see Travis Scott creating his own brand as well, so they can sell out more stuff, so they can profit even more. And with Fake Mink dropping his newest mixtape, The Boy Who Cried Terrified, we'll see how that grows or how that trends on TikToks, how many co-signs he can get. But he's basically got a co-sign from everyone from the industry. And I think obviously the future is paving the way, and you can see that obviously US artists and other artists are trying to uplift the UK underground scene with the co-signs, and you've seen Drake and Fake Mink in Wireless Festival as well. But as we see the growth of, Black Boy Max coming over to the UK and, obviously freestyling and performing and mixing and recording with these artists as well, the UK underground isn't just a phase, it's probably going to be permanent. It's going to be a permanent change. It's probably going to have a bigger following rather than mainstream artists, because you've seen the change between, even, let's just say, Playboi Carti, one of the most streamed artists, and he started off as an underground artist with that underground aesthetic. It's an aesthetic, I would say. Obviously he's mainstream in terms of popularity, but his aesthetic is still underground. But yeah,